Yo, what's up, my guys? Hope you all having a great day. Thank you for watching. Today we're going to cover the RustConsole Edition Bunker Series. Today we're going to do horizontal bunker, which I actually have a horizontal pixel bunker build on my channel already. I'll put a link at the top right hand corner where I explained it on there. But we're going to go ahead and go over it on here because they did change it a little bit. But yeah, for some reason they made this bunker harder to do, which sucked. But the way I like to do it is so wherever we're going to build the base, pick like whichever we want the TC to kind of be pointing, the back of the TC. You can do it however, but I like to just pick a number on the compass and the area that I'm going to build in. So today we're going to use 250. And a little bro tip, if you actually use a wall, it kind of makes it easier to see where the number's at. If you're using a hammer or whatever and trying to line it up, it's not as easy. This way there's like more contrast so you can see it easier. So you pick whatever number with the wall like this, and then pull out your foundation. You want to have this foundation about the height that you're going to build the base at. So we're just going to leave it here for now because it's just basically a tutorial. So after you do this, make sure you always want to be trying to face the number that you picked. So we're going to pull out the triangle, pick your crosshair, kind of put it in the middle right there. So we're going to point right into the center of the triangle. Make sure our compass is at 250. Hop up on here, just for good measure. We're going to hop again, crouch, get about the height that we want, place this down, scrape over to the left, push it in as far as it'll go. That's what she said. See how it shifts around a little bit, but it's blue? That's a good sign. So make sure everything places down. Okay, so this looks better. So we're going to put the TC down. And what I like to do so the TC is easy to reach is just pull as close to me as possible. Make sure to put a lock on it. And at this point, you can put the twig down. And it looks like there's a pretty good gap there. So this is probably going to work. The way I like to test it is putting this roof piece here. And I can see a gap. You want there to be like a pretty visible gap. So this looks like it's going to work. So we're going to break all this. And okay, so this is kind of a bro tip. Later down the road, say you get your base rated, but you have an external TC, so you still have your base, but they break your bunker right here. So the way I make this so it's replaceable. Oh, this is going to be in the way. You want to break all the twigs so everything's buildable. We're just going to upgrade this to stone, but you're going to obviously want this to be past stone, if not, sheet metal or high qual. I can't upgrade that. I don't know why they have raid block on building servers. It kind of pisses me off. So at this point, what you want to do is build a shelf off of this twig right here. Connect it into this wall. Upgrade this. And like I said, eventually you're going to want to have this at least sheet metal or high qual is the best. And now this, I can actually upgrade this. And now break the twig. And I would test it again to make sure you can do this. It's a really tight gap, actually. But it looks like I should be able to... yeah, you can kind of see the TC. Okay, so I actually got it. And I like to use a triangle base for this, but you can actually use a couple different footprints, but this is like my favorite footprint for this. And actually, I should probably upgrade the top right here. Okay, a couple things to note about this. When this is stone and sheet metal, and like you have a wall here, it kind of messes because it's not the same side facing. It's going to like mess with the conditional world model, like you're not going to have it here. So if you use stone or metal, it's easy to hide this gap right here. So like people won't even know it's there. They think it's for some reason you put the wall down weird or something. I don't know. People might not notice it right off rip. Also, if you metal it, you don't see it. But if you high qual it, now you'll be able to see a gap here. So that is kind of a thing. So you might not want to metal or high quality. But, you know, honestly, who cares? People can see it. It's still 8C4 or 16 rockets for somebody to get to it. Probably not going to waste it. But if that's the thing, you might not need the rug there. I kind of like just leave it there because it's comfort. But you do have to pick it up every time you're going to loot it. If you can't put a roof down because, you know, you have doors or whatever, the way I like to loot it is with a small box. I mean, it's your TC room, so you're going to probably have small boxes here anyway. So I'll put, like, large boxes down in here and fit a small box here. And you just want to have enough room, like, to slide over off the box. So just a little bit. So you can kind of see in there. And it'll take a little bit of practice. It's finicky, not going to lie. And you're definitely going to have crosshairs on for it. Sometimes if you have a hard time getting it, it might be easy for you to put a like campfire there. Stop you from sliding too far off. Actually, I was able to reach it sliding back off of it. So, and there you go. And you can slide to the side. For some reason, sometimes I have a hard time doing it to the side. So now that time I got it pretty easily. Because I haven't really used this bunker too much. And sometimes you'll get it to come up, and even though it's, say, like, open and, you know, whatnot, you won't be able to actually open it. It's kind of weird. You just might have to move your crosshair around a little bit, and you'll actually get it. So, yeah, and the reason why we put the shelf here is, say, you know, you get raided or whatever, somebody breaks this, and if they break the bottom one, it's no big deal. You can just replace it by putting the bottom back on and sealing it. Boom. And you can still do it, you know, get to it or whatever. But if somebody breaks the top one, you might be screwed, right? If you don't have the shelf. If you have the shelf here, you can pull it right off the shelf, break this, and you're good to go. So if you have like a external TC, which I would definitely recommend with this like bunker design, you can always repair it. So most people are not going to destroy this and your external TC. So I'd recommend if you're using this, like off rip as soon as possible, put external TC down so you can protect this. And then yeah, you can always disconnect it, come back, build this up, you know, put the TC back down, close it back up, and you're good to go. So honestly, this bunker is pretty strong considering that most people are not going to raid. Like, say they went through doors or whatever, they come down here and they see this. They might get your boxes over here or whatever, but they're not going to waste 8C4 to get into here. Most people are not going to do that unless they're in a big group, and then, you know, you're probably going to get, you know, raided anyway. It doesn't matter what you have. If you piss off a big enough group and they live by you, they're just going to raid you anyway. So, but for like a duo or a trio raiding you, unless you're on a modded server, this is pretty good protection. I do have like a furnace base that uses this as a double bunker furnace base. Like I said, I'll put a link to the top right hand corner. Also, I like to use this in triangle based footprints, but mess around with it. There's all kinds of footprints you can use this with, a star footprint, all kinds of stuff. Anyways, let me know down in the comments what you guys think, and if you want to stay up to date with Rust content, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell, and I'll catch y'all later. Deuces.